Yo, it is another edition of the High Hopes Podcast, sponsored by Miller Lite, official partner of the Philadelphia Phillies. Tastes like Miller Time, Philadelphia. Celebrate responsibly as we celebrate 2 and 3, buddy. How about it? I mean, I basically feel like the Phils won the World Series. It's all good. We're set. We got the Dodgers number. Feel great?
April parades.
Feel amazing?
April parades. This is what we do. Listen.
No, look, that was a nice series.
Of course it was.
Freaking April. I'm not going overboard or anything like that. But you know what?
Like, on this podcast.
That was a really nice series win early in the season. Really good to see.
And there's still stuff to complain about.
You're damn right there is, buddy. Yeah,
it's perfect.
Jordan Romano, not loved in Philly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you like that I brought the sweatshirt back out, by the way?
Yeah. Good work.
Is everyone over the Mets series now? Like, we're back? Is everyone back on board? No? Oh, okay. Just want to make sure everyone's going to be okay. There's a lot of doom. Oh, Dodgers are going to come in here and bully them. Let me put it this way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. They pretty much kicked the Dodgers out.
Kind of own the Dodgers.
Like,
what is it,
Saturday,
four straight series wins or whatever. No big deal.
Saturday, if the third baseman maybe doesn't ground into his whole play, the Stott thing was more unlucky than anything.
Agreed.
I think.
He was stealing. It happens.
They try to hit and run to get out of the double play. And by the way, I thought yesterday there was an opportunity for Stott to run in the same exact situation, and it was a Sosa ground ball.
Oh yeah,
and they almost. I was like, why did he just go?
Yeah,
I mean, I know that it didn't work out yesterday.
Probably because of yesterday. It's why he's not just going. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, but dude, I'm fired up. There's like stuff little things that are annoying, that we'll obviously get to. But for the most part, they could have won on Saturday. They played well. I mean, Nola obviously had.
Look, I think to be fair, either team could have won any game.
Hold on,
yesterday, it was a well fought series.
Yesterday they dominated
the
outside.
Phillies deserved to win yesterday, but they still almost lost.
Yeah, well, that's because of one guy. It's because of one guy, which we'll get to.
Yeah,
we'll get to. But dude, Luzardo on Friday night
was lights out, buddy. That was awesome.
Do I not I don't want to
big game pitcher stuff right there.
I don't want to say I had a lot of chills watching that game on Friday night for an April game, but I did.
Better first start at Citizens Bank Park, that or Lorenzen's no hitter.
I would take that one. Well, dude, what about Lorenzen after the no hitter?
Yeah,
hopefully that does not happen.
I know. I was just saying for the first start, but
Jesus.
I don't think it will.
I don't think so. I don't think so. But
the stuff looks a little different than when Lorenzen throws it.
Yeah. Or I think Gibson had a good first start. I
think he did too. You're right. Yeah.
It's like, oh wow, we got a real innings eater, dude. Whatever. We've had our druthers.
We got our innings eater. His name's Aaron Nola.
Yes. You'll take him down. He's gonna allow some home runs along the way.
Yes, you will.
Which is so funny. It's like he could hit his spot 9 times out of 10.
But
the one time it misses, it's 700.
It's just gonna be a home run. Yeah, it's like there's no wiggle room there.
I think Aaron has got to the point too where he's just like,
It's like 6 innings, 3 runs. It's like, yep, that's Aaron Nola.
One absolutely hung curveball that just gets launched.
Pray there's no one on base when he hangs it. That's really what you gotta hope for with a Nola start.
Two solo home runs.
Yeah, that's great.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's our boy.
Yeah.
That's our boy. So it was a fun weekend, man. The ballpark had a lot of juice.
It felt like for April about as juiced up as I ever remember.
And
place in April.
And I think I felt this on like leading into the series, and I think we talked about it. But like the way that they were, I think locked in and wanted to
totally
the way they wanted to go out there and show the Dodgers.
The JT comment before, I heard they're unbeatable and all that, just the way they talked about it.
I liked the bravado. Made me a little bit nervous
it
about it.
Did, but you know what? In hindsight, I liked it. I know you don't want that comeback.
Exactly.
Coming.
I'm not thinking about Stubby in the pool.
It was the whole way. Like even Castellanos afterwards, when they asked him about it, and every player is always like, yeah, just another series. Just go back to your business. He's like, no, it meant more. It was the Dodgers. He's like, it did mean more. It felt like they took this series and they've taken the whole season very seriously. It feels like, but this series they went in and they took this series very seriously.
Are you in on the war shirts?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love the war.
I need them at the Majestic Tea store.
Are you kidding me?
I need 45,000 people wearing.
So in on that. So in on that.
Our definition of war is win a ring.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. So there's a lot of good stuff. The the seriousness that we've talked about all year I thought that was also evident, like little things. Like there's a big one, but the little one, even just getting Romano out of there
100%.
instead of just letting him try to work his way through it, I thought was a sign. We talked about
the big one's benching Bohm.
The big one's Bohm.
Yeah,
I mean, and
no doubt. Topper does not do that in April, any other season, without a doubt.
They can say scheduled day off all they want.
BS.
You were off today. It was a righty on the mound. Mm-hmm. There's no way that was a scheduled day off. And I'm fine with them saying it. Whatever. I don't believe it's a scheduled day off.
Nope.
And I just like that. Saturday was brutal. Five pitches,
4 outs on 5
at that. Yeah. And if pitchers know that you're going to swing first pitch,
and still doing the same stuff with the throwing the helmet and the making faces, and it's like no one is more unhappy out there than Alec Bohm every single second. It's like always like, man,
and it's a
bad look.
And it just,
especially by the way, after think about it this way, he's been benched in 2 of the last 11 games they've played or whatever it is, if you think about it that way.
How's that for analytics?
But you think about what happened in the playoffs last year, and whether it was trade talks, all that stuff, whatever, the fact that the organization talked to him about this, that part of the reason he was in trade, he knows part of the reasons that his name was in trade talks was because of this thing. And for him to come back this year and right off the rip, just not be able to control himself and not be able to manage his emotions, it's such a bad sign for him.
Well, he is an emotional guy. I get it. But that kind of thing just drains a clubhouse. It's just,
and I don't think it helps him either.
No,
I think it's much harder for him to go up and hit well the next time to control himself, all that stuff.
But you see now, I don't think it's totally because of that, but they walked 11 times yesterday, the day after they bench a guy, I think, for seeing 5 pitches and 4 at bats. Mm-hmm. And I know that's more, he's always kind of been that way, but I think that they're being held more accountable this year, which I think is good. If you're going to bring back the same team, you guys know each other so well. You've been through these battles for 3 seasons, and it's the thing that it's going to be the reason why ultimately you win or lose is how close or how much you can get out of this specific group, because it's likely not changing. But I just, the heightened sense of every little thing mattering has been the thing that I think has been so encouraging about the beginning of the season.
100%, man.
Because they were into it last year, obviously.
Of course.
But it was more just...
It was more let's start hot, and then this big picture, we got to win the World Series. This big picture thing. This is much more driven and focused. Mm-hmm. And like Harper said it, and we've talked about this so much last few years where we have said they don't care about winning every game. And that's okay. You go through a long season, but we've known that they've managed games, played games where it's you know what? It's okay if we don't. Oh, we're down 5-0 early. It's okay. We don't have to win today. It feels and Harper said after the game, he's we want to win every game we play. And I know that teams always say that. Mm-hmm. This year, this start at least, it feels like that's the way they're approaching things. That it's every day is a day to come out and win a baseball game, and then you worry about the next day. And I just think it's refreshing to see them.
Well, and with Bryce specifically, I feel like he's talking a lot more this year.
Me too, buddy.
I think he
feels like a leader more than he ever has with the way he's talking.
And he's more out front with everything. And I think he's just setting the tone for the entire thing. And I still do believe that Thompson was also instructed. You got to enough with the everyone's got to
everyone's going to play. Everyone's going to get a start. Yeah, all this stuff.
I mean, Galbardi reported that Romano's going to be in low leverage spots. Good. I mean, that's obvious. Yeah. Sure, we've watched him for his 3-4 outings. But I feel like that would have taken a month.
Yeah, if not longer.
They would have said about his track record, how he has gotten outs for a long time. He's most saves in baseball, or 3rd most saves in the AL for 3 years.
They love finding those stat. It's the what was it, the 4th best chase rate in the playoffs last year, or whatever that stat they throw around.
Well,
I know it's what are we doing here?
But the best one of all time is still the 4th lowest second bullpen ERA.
That was the all-timer
in baseball.
That was the best.
When asked about why no minor leaguers have made the
well, let me tell you what. Yeah,
I think Cole Irvin was their first guy they drafted that made the big leagues in a long time.
Unbelievable.
But we had the 4th lowest second half bullpen. So to say the cupboard's bare, I don't think it's. What times?
It's a better time.
What's so funny is that our people will remember that.
Oh yeah. But most people would have no idea what we're talking about.
A majority of the fans have no idea what we're talking about with that. And it was an 11-minute answer. I'm just letting everyone know. But, dude, I think we should replay that press conference.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
Just react to it all throughout.
Unbelievable.
Maybe next offseason. I always have good offseason ideas, and then we never do them.
I know.
But yeah, dude, Romano, his armors might be cooked. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. I mean, he was saying after the game that
he didn't have answers, which was concerning.
He's
basically like, I'm reaching back for it and it ain't there. Was basically what he said.
He said, yeah, I'm used to this just being 97.
I know, he's like, it's usually there and it's not.
93 right now.
I don't know why it's not there.
That's good. That's good. It's so funny how early you can just be like, there's the familia.
Yeah,
you know,
for real. Yeah,
I can't. It's unfair to say Kimbrel because
he
Kimbrel wasn't all-star.
ended that way, but Kimbrel was great that year. He got overused. You know, I think that if they handle him differently, I think Kimbrel's history in Philly is very differently. You know,
sure.
But he is that because the way it ended, it is what it is. Most people look at Craig Kimbrel as a villain in this city.
I know they really do.
Really, he's hated. Like the Philly fans hate Craig, like hate the guy.
Well, because we were forced to root because he was.
I know,
he killed us for a long time,
and it wasn't his fault. Like really, he's just like, yeah, I'll take the ball, sure. Like my arm's totally cooked, but let's go.
Yep.
Oh, you know what? Why don't we bring you into a one-run game and a playoff game late in the game? Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's go.
Guy has what, like the most active saves?
Yeah, I mean, he's like it could be a Hall of Famer.
Let's put him in the 7th.
You know.
But yeah, but it's like it's just so funny how early it's like, well, there's our Familia of the year, there's our Workman, there's our Heath Embry, there's that guy. So I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, I know they're gonna put him in low leverage spots, but they were relying on him to be one of their big arms.
They signed him to be one of the, and look, they only have four guys. He was one of the four that now they have three. They have three guys.
They have three guys, and maybe we're monitoring
Jose.
No. We're monitoring.
He's got a big out there.
Yeah.
A little bit. He's like on the fringes. It's not crazy to say.
We've always been monitoring the Jose Ruiz situation.
Yes.
I think we were.
What were you gonna say?
Joe Ross.
Oh yeah, for real though, Joe Ross. And so people who if you haven't been listening forever, or whatever, like Joe and I, or Jack and I have always been big Joe Ross guys. We just love Joe Ross. He just could never. He missed like 2 years at one point. Like just couldn't stay on the.
I was
field.
a Tyson Ross guy.
We both were. I like the Ross brothers, but like Joe Ross has always had stuff.
Yeah.
And if he could stay healthy, I mean, he does have a chance to be a weapon. It's just betting on him making 5 more outings this year is a risky bet. You know, I mean, speaking.
Yeah, and it's not like he's traditional reliever stuff.
No, he's a starter. Yeah, exactly.
Starter that is. I
mean, theoretically, he should be a long man or whatever, but it's just not the way this. Bullpen's really.
And I am curious to see what they're doing with number 35, Carlos Hernandez.
The best number 35.
Some are saying because my read on it is I think they want him. I think they brought him in because they think he's an interesting arm, but they want to work him with Cotham for a good bit before they just start running him out there.
Is smart. I have no issues.
Which is fine. I think he could develop into that. And dude, again, I tweeted this on Saturday because Walk took a nap. And it was just me and Suddy, and there's no day baseball on, which was
so weird. I know,
infuriating.
Like
there was Saturday,
like one game at 1 o'clock, and then it was like 4 o'clock. Or I was like, "What are we doing?"
1 o'clock game was horrible. Anyway,
it was a blah.
So I was watching.
No, it was Tigers White Sox. That's what it was. It was a horrible baseball game.
Yeah, well, except when you're watching.
Dude, we'll watch all of them.
I
was watching Reese Olson deal. I'm good. So.
It was a good bounce back for Reese.
It was, especially because he started bad. It was like 2 runs in the first, and they settled in.
Yeah, I'm a Reese Olson guy. But so I was watching the Pigs, the Iron Pigs.
Oh, I saw you're all in on this one,
dude. They look great. They're
say what you tweeted. Just say it.
It's the deepest Iron Pigs team I've seen. They're deep. That's a deep Pigs team.
That's what everyone's saying.
They're it's not that there's
conventional wisdom says deepest Pigs team we've seen.
It's not that there's a bunch of Crawford. You hope is a star. Rincones. You hope is a star. Otto Kemp, I just would never pray for an injury. Would love to see Otto Kemp up here. I'm pretty Kempy. I'm a Kemp guy.
There you go.
I'm a Kemp guy. So, but yeah, but they're filled with big league guys.
Mm-hmm.
Big league guys. You want to go like Christian Arroyo spoke in the baseball right now. So you have that, and then
somehow we got to the Pigs after
the Dodger series. They took 2 or 3. Yeah. Let's talk some Pigs.
Yeah,
what are we 5 minutes?
I was not expecting this quick. The pivot to the Pigs.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah, on brand.
But they have some interesting. Their bullpen also is basically now it's a big league-ish bullpen, but they're in AAA, and it's not like there's like an unbelievable talent down there. But Max Lazar, I think is throwing 96, and he was interesting last year.
I liked him last year. That was my guy.
He had a cutter working last year that was kind of good. So I don't think that, not to use a term that we just brought up, but I don't think the cupboard's bare in the bullpen sense. I think they have interesting arms. It's just can one of those guys pop and take with it? Because Romano, unless his velocity gets back up
Which
to
is
97.
possible. Like, it is possible. You know, he is still coming back from the arm thing. Like, who knows? Like, maybe he can get it back, but like, to your point, he might just never get it back.
He might not
be done.
Like his arm, and it's unfortunate. You feel bad for the guy.
Yeah, of course.
But
if he doesn't have that, that high 90s,
no,
he's
because he misses spots all the time.
He's trying to get swing and miss. He's trying to get guys to swing and miss balls. That's the problem. That's his yeah, exactly. If you don't have the fastball to counter it, like, you got nothing.
If you don't have 97,
you're in a lot of trouble.
Well, especially him, because he's a 2-pitch guy.
Yeah, I'm talking about a 2-pitch guy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So Romano is a huge issue. Yeah. But, and the bullpen, it's really 3 guys, and then hopefully one of the
it's Alvarado and Kirkring, and
Ruiz has been interesting.
Right. Yeah, they're guys we like Ruiz, but the point being that, as of now, the only 3 guys I would feel okay coming into a playoff game are those 3 guys, is what, we're trying to say. And they're going to have to do more than that if they don't. And look,
who's out there?
Maybe Dave Dombrowski could maybe actually make a good in-season trade. Is that actually possible, or is that not allowed?
He got Moises Chassé.
That was a good move. Sure. A good trade to help the major league roster would be good.
He did trade Matt Vierling to get Gregory.
He did. Yeah. Logan O'Hoppe just homered again right now. They're not even playing right now. Did you know?
Well,
I'm just joking around. He's got like 6 homers. 5 homers.
4 straight.
Yeah, he's
games
on fire.
Yeah. Unfortunate. It's just unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. It is what it is.
It is what it is. You know who is available? David Robertson.
Oh, bring him back. It's unbelievable.
Third time's a charm?
Yeah.
Third time, second time was fine. They got to the game 6 of the World Series.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
He had a 3 ERA last year.
Of course,
39 years old.
Of course he did. I'm not surprised at all by that. Like, the least shocking thing of all time.
39 years. Give me 40-year-old David Robertson.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, I think he might be hurt. I don't know if he's hurt, but he's not signed. You might as well just kick the tires. If this team's good, like the frustrating part about them is that they're good. They're taking it seriously. Lineup's doing mostly what you want to see.
And the starting rotation has a chance to be really great over the course of the season, especially with Ranger and Painter and all that stuff coming.
Pan?
I mean, they might need him.
They might. But like, you look at the lineup, right? And ever since opening day, even with opening day,
they have the best chase rate in baseball with opening day.
Best chase rate in baseball. They have the best walk percentage in baseball. They have the lowest strikeout percentage.
It's all the things that everyone was like, I need to see this. Like,
they're doing it
so far. So
now,
good. It's 9 games, but so far so good.
Now they are 27th in hard hit percentage, which checks out, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, not many hard hit balls. That Castellanos grand slam was one of the few ones this weekend.
Well, and Harper ripped the ball late, which was nice because he's getting bullied by fastballs right now. Some of these stot hits.
Oh, I know. It's like little squibblers or just like little poke it in there.
He's hitting 286 with an 19 OPS. I don't feel that at all.
I feel like I can't imagine one hit he's got. One double. I feel like I remember a double.
Well, he had a double that just squeaked over the first baseman's head, and then he got to second base on it. Yeah. So 27th in hard hit percentage, not great, but everything else good. Again, if it's about as good of a start of the season off of last year, on top of what they're saying and how they're acting, that you could ask for. I mean, there's been some situational things that haven't gone well. Like, again, when the Schwarber 3-0 yesterday, they could have broken that game open. Yep. And we know about the 3 straight strikeouts in the Rockies, and there have
been moments. Yeah,
but it's annoying in the moment. I don't know what you want.
Baseball. Like, the thing is, we can't expect none of it to happen.
I know.
It's not like guys are just never going to swing at bad pitches again.
And people are like, well, they don't hit with runners in scoring position. I think they're first in baseball on average with runners in scoring position. So, they're doing. I think that there are some aspects that are still like the Romano thing. It feels like some of the at-bats quality has gone up, but they're not. A lot of singles, which I guess is what people wanted. They're doing a little bit better at small ball. But again, I think for a majority of this series against the most unbeatable team, I know they didn't have Freddie Freeman. The Dodgers also didn't have to face Taijuan Walker. Like what you did. Come on.
That was really good work. It took me a second. Yep. I was like, oh, yeah, you're right. That was good for the Phillies. Oh, wait, no. Oh, I see what you did.
Yeah.
Good work. Yeah.
But
Freeman and Walker. I got it. That was good.
But I thought outplayed him for a majority of this.
I agree with you.
Like, the Romano inning was bad. Glasnow can't pitch here. You kid?
Oh my God, dude!
Feed me Glasnow in a postseason.
Who'd have thought
series
Sasaki would be the one who would hold it together better than Glasnow with the two of them?
And they had Sasaki on the ropes too.
Yeah, that was another... they did. They bailed him out. Yeah,
they did. And there's been some of that. There's been some bailing out. I will say,
for the most part, like, Marsh had the dumb running thing. I don't remember if that was this series or right before.
That was Friday.
Was that Friday? Okay. And then
no, that was the Rockies.
Was it the Rockies? Either way, but like, and then obviously we talked about the Saad thing. I don't. That just happens sometimes. But even last year when they started out, even though they were 1-3, and then then got hot after that, like it felt like there was dumb base running. There was like dumb things they were doing to start the year. This year it hasn't felt that way for the most part. It doesn't feel like we're seeing like a lot of like what that, other than Harper had one too, but Harper, you just account for those. It's like I feel like I'm not like,
it's his IOU.
Not like what the hell are you guys doing? That's not coming out of me as much as usual early in the season.
Well, and I think the one thing that's been good is he's doing a much better job of riding the hot hand. I mean, they're finding ways to get Edmundo in there. Yeah. I know Edmundo sat 2 games, but you talk about yesterday and getting him in there at third base over Bohm with the righty on the mound.
And obviously him beating that out was one of the plays of the game.
There's no chance of beating.
Yeah, you could say that again. Bohm. Yeah,
but but also, I mean, the fact that they are already trying him in center field.
Yeah. But thank you for bringing that. I totally, because it was like at the end of the game, and it was like I said it to Emily. I'm like, he's in the outfield, and I didn't realize at first it was center because I just saw the shot of him standing. And I'm like, that's weird. And then the first ball gets hit to him. I'm like, wait, he's in center field? I'm like, what is happening right now?
Now, there's not much. Listen, baseball, I think, is the most beautiful game ever created. Mm-hmm. It was so baseball. The first ball gets hit. Of
course, it was like I wish I could have bet on it. It was like, of course, the ball finds you.
It always finds you. Yeah. So they're finding ways, and because Thompson said after Wednesday night, he's like, yeah, we got to righty on the mound tomorrow, so I don't want to put him in the outfield. And then Saturday's in center field, so that didn't make much sense. They're trying to find ways. They already moved Romano out of leverage spots. I think we're totally overusing Alvarado early in the year. You got to calm down there.
Yeah, and I think we saw it. I think that's why he looked so bad in that last the
Rocky series. Was back yesterday.
Oh, buddy, you looked great yesterday. Yeah,
I was actually surprised. I was also surprised at how he pushed Luzardo on Friday. I thought Luzardo was going to come out after the 6th.
So did I.
And he didn't pull him on Friday because he was first and third with 2 outs. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, maybe they get him out of there. He trusted him in that spot. I hope that we are getting the full
Luzardo season. This is what we've been waiting for,
because we've
been talking about this for years,
dude. His slider is at like 89, but it's bite, like it bites so hard. It's actually not even a sweeper. I don't think. I think it's like a bullet slider, which you don't see many of those. Like, you don't see bullet sliders. By the way, the Apple TV broadcast.
Oh, it's so entertaining to watch.
Well,
from the visuals and stuff.
Well, because obviously I just when you can sync up Fransky.
Oh, that's what you got to do. That's the move. Yeah.
But I rewatched it on Saturday, so I didn't listen to it. Mm-hmm. But them saying that he idolized Johan Santana growing up made me very, very excited. So that was good. But like, this stuff is so
it just
dumb.
Pops. It pops off the screen. I mean, just a lefty to like, he's like averaging 90, close to 97, like averaging, like I think it was like 96 plus. He's averaging like, and it's got life, like it's got that late movement. I mean, his just natural stuff is so freaking like elevated.
When you can go change up off of the 2 fastballs he has and the bullet slider, and I think the sweeper will continue to come along. It's a hitter's nightmare. And the thing that was so encouraging about Friday night was that it was a lot of quick outs too. Like, that's what he has to develop as he goes forward here.
That's been an issue of 5 innings. He's been like a 5 inning guy, Yeah. And we saw it in the first start. His first start, 11 Ks, 5 innings.
Listen, Cease and Snell, disgusting, sure, but it's mostly been 5 innings. Like there's a reason why Wheeler is more valuable. It's because he can go deeper in the ball game.
And that is something the Phillies have worked on. Like we talked about a lot last year, how the Phillies were the antithesis of the rest of the league with all their guys going deep into games and all those numbers.
And they're minor leaguers, by the way.
Yeah.
And they're minor leaguers. Mick Abel takes down a ton of them.
He back?
Monitoring. I was giddy on
that. Even Griffin Gary's getting out. I'm like, what's happening? We're going get back to old school.
Griff, I believe his first 26 pitches, he threw 19 strikes.
Wow.
So that's exciting.
It is exciting.
But and they cleaned up Abel's mechanics a little bit, which is good. Like he was.
It seemed like a great outing.
Much more in the strike zone.
6 shutouts, 7 Ks, looked awesome.
Yeah, he's still hitting 96 in the 7th, which was good.
I mean, he was young when they drafted too. He was like 18, right? He was right. Yeah. So you know,
I mean, maybe he's a late bloomer. I don't know. I'm not.
Could be.
I do not want to.
The point is like he's still young comparatively.
Yeah, I think he's like 22.
Yeah,
23.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you just look at Luzardo, you look at the stuff, and especially when you like Sanchez is the perfect guy, I think, to like compare those two from the standpoint of like Sanchez was someone who would try to strike everyone out, and he didn't worry about getting quick outs, and he threw 98, and then they brought him down a little bit. They said, hey, like Sanchez also worked on being more efficient, getting quicker outs. It's okay to pitch to contact. And I feel like that's what they're trying to do with Luzardo too. I mean, he had a couple, like a 4-pitch hitting, I think, in the middle of the Dodgers game on Friday, and just to do it against that lineup and have them look as feeble as they did was jaw dropping for an April start, and for a fan base that watches Zach Wheeler every 5th day. It was jaw dropping watching Jesus Luzardo on Friday.
It was awesome. No, I'm with you, and it's a sign of the what the high end is with that guy. You know, I mean, he can be an ace if he puts it all together. He can be an ace. Like that's how talented he is.
Oh,
you know?
Can you just envision the Zeus?
Oh God, so good. It's such a good name.
Zeus.
Come
on, man.
I love that.
In a sold out CDB. Yeah. See,
very in on that.
I don't know when the Zeus would happen. I think it might have to be in the intros.
It's either that or it's when he's walking off the mound after an inning.
Yeah.
You know, like after 6th inning, big playoff, strikes a guy out, 6 shutty, comes off, walking off the field.
And you know what probably AJ Pierzynski or whatever says on the national broadcast?
Sure,
are they booing him?
Yeah, of course it will.
Are they booing him?
Why would they boo him? He's pitched so great to me. Philly, man, am I right?
Oh, man, you get a cheesesteak?
Nailed it.
But yeah, it just reminds me of the old douche.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, which is great. I love any of those. Like, yeah, it's good stuff.
It's good.
JT, by the way, Friday night too. I mean, also all season, just defensively, like he's actually better than he was last year. He's improved. The pop time's quicker. He has been phenomenal. And Friday night, like that was throughout catching Luzardo, the game he caught, and obviously the end, really the 8th and 9th. Like that was a true like masterclass catching performance that he put on.
Yeah, and it was never the defense I think anyone was worried about. It was the bat, but even the bat. And I guess they made a mechanical adjustment with him on Tuesday of last week or Wednesday. So ever since that point, he's been kind of ripping line drives.
Yeah, the 3-hit game the other day. Yeah,
good to see. Again, I want to see it.
Of course,
I don't want JT to be done, but at the beginning of the season he looked done. So
and last year, certainly at the end, he looked really
end of last year. So it was good to see. I hope he keeps it up. And Friday night he kind of just took over. I mean, some odd running situations.
Especially Ohtani in the 8th. Like that was like, what are you doing? That was a wild decision in that. I couldn't believe it as it was happening. I was like, he's running?
Yeah.
It made no sense.
Yeah. Some awkward running moments. You know what I also appreciated, like kind of sidetracking? I appreciated Dave Roberts' comments on Friday night before the game about not wanting to will into existence a Dodgers-Phillies series.
I missed him. What did he say?
He basically was just like, yeah, I don't want to jinx it. Because I guess they asked him, are you surprised that you guys have never met in the postseason in the last couple of years? And
he's like, he basically is like, I want it.
No. He said, I don't. He's like, I don't want to tempt fate.
So he's scared of the Phils. What he's saying?
No, probably not. But because of how the Phillies are talked about here.
Yeah.
And then listening to an opposing manager be like, yeah, like there's a lot of firepower on that.
Well,
side.
Also look, and they are a talented team. I think that they are. I think teams around baseball look at them as one of the best teams, as they should. But also, like me, athletes are humans.
Oh, there it is.
I know that people don't usually talk about this, but I do think there is something to believing you can beat a team going into a series or whatever, being like, yo, we got these guys. We've got these guys as number. Like I do think there is something the Phillies have. Like I think if you're the Dodgers, you look across the field and you're like, wow, that team beats us a lot. Like I do think there's something to. I'm not saying you win or lose a series because of it, but I do think that only helps the team when they're going in, or hurts the opposing team when they're going in that way. I do think there's something to that.
Many are saying that Ohtani can't handle Philly.
And It's facts, right? I mean,
Can't handle it.
look at the numbers, man.
Yeah. Now I want people to stop tweeting about how he's never home run.
The whole week I was like, enough. All right, like what are we doing here? You were like asking the fact that he didn't homer is like all-time shock.
Well, no,
I would have bet so much that he would have.
I'm just worried about October now.
Well,
I'm gonna circle back.
Save it up for exactly.
If he hits a big home run, I'm gonna say this is what
this
you
is
all
of
get
your faults
for
you people who did this
for tweeting out that he's never hit a home ron at CBP.
Yeah, not a fan of any of that.
After the series in April, but yeah, I just they kind of match up well. Now, Dodgers bullpen has gotten much better. It's actually better than last year.
Well, and look, like Blake Snell was hurt. Like they didn't, they Freddie Freeman for this series. Like they, it wasn't a full on,
Yeah, but it's better than like last year. They played a depleted.
Oh, totally. No. Look, it's early in the season. They're ready.
Oh man, I was told they were unbeatable.
Yeah, they were until the Phillies. Did you know that?
Yeah, the wagon.
How about the wagon?
Am I talking about the Phillies or the Iron Pigs?
Same difference.
Dude, the Iron Pigs hang like 10 in the game.
Yeah.
Crawford's raking a little bit. Excited.
Can he play center field for us?
Yeah.
Good.
I don't know when. I don't think they're
He's probably better than Brandon Marsh today right now. So
I don't think so.
No, I know.
I don't think so.
But by the way, great catch by Marsh yesterday.
Big catch.
That was a really, really, really great play. Yeah.
Was shocked he got there.
Me too. Dude, as he's running in, I'm like, that's a single. I'm like, there's no chance this guy's gonna get that ball. And then it just kind of hung just long enough. That was good.
Did the Castellanos Grand Slam remind you of anything? Of old Phillies lore?
Oh, are you going Aaron Altair here? I should have seen this coming. Yeah, I should have. That all-time moment. I
think we did an emergency pod.
We definitely. I remember potting about that. Yeah.
I think it was the first time we had 100 downloads.
Talk about times have changed.
Talk about Aaron Altair dominating Clayton Kershaw.
God, what a sad podcast we were back in the day.
I don't.
It was your favorite time. I know.
I don't think so.
Aaron Altair, the future.
Dude, Altair versus Nick Williams. Yeah, still a great
good
debate.
Times. Good times.
Who won the Eflin versus Bravado? Who's better?
It's a great. Honestly, both solid career. I think
it's probably Eflin.
I was about to say I think it's Eflin, but it is close. I think it's Eflin though. Eflin seems like more stable.
And he's traded. Well, but I don't know who's making more, but
I think they're probably pretty close because I think Eflin got like 3 for $40, and then Pivetta just got that contract.
I think he got traded to a legit team.
Yeah, so
people want Eflin.
Who'd have thunk it?
Is he still in the heavy body thing?
I know he's been good in Baltimore. I think.
Yeah, I think he's their ace.
Watching from afar, I know. Well, that's a different discussion. Yeah, maybe get some pictures.
Moises Chassé could be an answer in the bullpen, by the way.
Good. Well, the fact the Orioles traded him away is a good sign for considering the Orioles just don't care about pitching.
No, yeah, they don't, and they don't know how to develop starters either. But that's going back like forever, by the way. I mean, Bundy, Harvey.
Oh, forever. Yeah. Oh my God.
They've always had these.
Dylan Bundy. I owned him. I was so excited about him in fantasy.
Even Grayson Rodriguez is not like fully
hasn't put it together. Yeah, now he's hurt too.
Yeah. So. Yeah,
nice little Orioles check-in.
Yeah, always. But Chassé, like I don't know, maybe they start moving him into the bullpen. Who knows? But he's
a live arm.
There's arms. The Pigs got arms. Let's put it that way. Pigs got arms. Pigs
are just
back.
Ready to replenish the major league roster.
I think the Pigs might be like only like plus 200 against the big leagues.
Could the Pigs beat a major league team? That's the question.
That's what everyone's talking about after beating the Dodgers.
All right, let's get to the take back.
I've actually talked a lot about everything that we had on here, so that's
potting right there,
buddy. One thing that I think is interesting: Bryce is currently hitting 182 against fastballs. So I feel like this happens once.
I was just about to say, I feel like we have this discussion every year where it's like, oh, Bryce is struggling against fastballs right now.
Yeah, and I remember his first year was
why it's so weird that happes.
Timing.
Bat speed, yeah.
So I love the of course I get. I'm everyone's therapy couch with the Phillies. So I get a lot of worried about Bryce. No.
Now we're good. Let me chill out.
No.
Look me in the eyes right now.
Why would you be worried about Bryce on April 7th? Of
all things to get, exactly.
Yeah, there's Romano.
Yeah.
Which is the bigger issue, Romano or Bohm?
It's a great question. Because I think Romano is a more immediate issue, but I think Bohm could fester longer. I think Romano.
Do they need one more bullpen piece?
That's what I was going to say. I think Romano's more easily replaced.
Sure.
And thus Bohm might be a bigger issue, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think Bohm's a bigger issue.
I think so too.
I'm curious to see how he bounces back from the scheduled day off.
It's going to be big, like
I know. It's just like, come on.
For those who can't see, I just rolled my eyes. I didn't even.
Why are we doing this with a guy who's almost 30?
He's almost 30. Like, he's not a child anymore.
Why are we doing this?
What are we doing here?
Did you see what I was talking about with the power ground balls, by the way, in the first inning?
Oh, I know.
He would have been a great, again.
Oh, he'd be
all-time Husky.
King power. He would have ruled.
It was 95 right down the middle, and just it was like he hit a fungo when he wanted a slow roller.
He's trying to hit an infield practice.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to hit a fly ball.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what it was.
My goodness.
At least he's fleet of foot.
Yeah, he's so fast. He's so fast. And then I guess final thing, the Vlad dream seems.
It's over.
There's a lot of eggs in the Kyle Tucker basket this offseason.
There is.
And by the way, if you're the Cubs and you let him go after what he's doing so
and what
far,
you trade, I know he's been awesome. Lead the league in RBI, I believe. Like, he's been.
I think
on
he's
fire.
homered
And also, you gave up Cam Smith, and you watch him get to the majors immediately without going to the minors. You're like, well, we traded that for this guy. We should probably not just let him go.
yeah. So a lot of Kyle Tucker because I don't know who else is going to be out there. I mean, eventually, now Roberts had a horrible start to the year because, of course, because I just don't know who are the bats. Who are the bats?
You're right.
I don't know who the bats are out there.
Yeah, there aren't. There's certainly not the elite, game-changing type bats. Vlad was the one, and Kyle was the two. Those are the two. Yeah. So a lot of pressure on Kyle.
A lot of internal developments need to
happen. Gotta go get him
again. Just stick Otto Kemp out there, and they're fine.
We're fine. I like this. It's good. I mean, honestly, probably better to promote from within than trust Dave to go trade for someone.
Well, Dave's heating up.
Dave is heating up.
I don't know.
Dave's heating up a little bit.
Keeps doubling down.
Look,
and then so far it's been rewarding.
I feel good,
dude.
I'm
it's
feeling
great.
Pretty damn good right now about the Phils.
I try not to watch every game thinking about it. This is good enough in October because if you think that way, you're gonna drive yourself nuts.
It ruins it,
especially with baseball because there's so much failure.
And there's so long until then. It's not like 5 more games. It's like no, the whole season's left.
No, but when they don't execute, I'm just like, well, there it is.
I know. Well, they can't win. Did you see that swing? That's it. It's over.
I was getting tweets early in the game yesterday. It's like, this team doesn't have killer instinct. I was like, well, what happened when Castellanos went yard? Everyone, did they develop the killer instinct then? Oh, the way people talk about baseball.
I know.
It just drives me nuts.
Long season of it coming up, buddy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, especially given the current state of how people feel about that.
Yes.
But hopefully they keep winning. And I mean, listen.
Look, big series against the Braves here in the sense that Braves 1-8 coming in. You can't bury him yet, but you have a chance to come out of this series being 8 or 9 games up if they could win 2 or 3 or sweep, be 7 or 9 up, depending on if they win 2 or 3 or sweep. I mean, that's that's a big lead in April.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
You can't win the pennant in April.
No, but you can lose it.
You can lose it.
Yeah, you can.
Wheeler versus Sale tomorrow.
That's really fun.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and Wheeler is going to go on with a little extra juice.
He always does,
especially
against the Braves.
He always does against the Braves, and also he lost the Cy Young to that guy last year. He knows that,
Taiwan versus Schwellenbach on Wednesday.
Oh, feel great about Taiwan.
Tough night to be a Brave.
That's right.
Tough night to be a Brave. And then Luzardo versus Smith Shaver on Thursday.
This is great. I'm really pumped for this.
I count down the seconds every day until I can watch.
I bet you do.
Jesus Luzardo.
Yeah, this is a tough day. No baseball today. You're just gonna be.
Yeah,
we'll watch other teams and whatnot.
Casey Mize on the mound at 3.
There you go. We found it. It's good.
What did I text you on Thursday night?
It's something about Casey Mize.
I said, did I stay up to watch Casey Mize's first start?
Yeah.
Yes, because why? You don't give up on your children.
Good work, Mike.
Always there. Sometimes you gotta show up.
That's true.
All right.
That's it. I think that's all we got.
What a dynamite.
I was
gonna say you got the natty tonight, but
I had Duke and I was wrong. So.
Dude,
what a loss. What an all-time loss that was.
Hit the shot, Cooper.
Yeah, that was.
Kenny hit the big one.
I'll take him.
yeah.
I'm still.
His next game will be as a second.
Still, I wish. Still in on him. All right. We'll be back later in the week. Big Brave series. Oh, thank God. We should have led with this. Come hang out with us Thursday night. We are going to be At Maxie's at Temple's campus. Shout out to Maxie's. Shout out to Temple. I saw Tucker's eyes light up there when I said that.
Had a lot of fun nights there.
Me
I'm
too.
Sure you did.
Maxie's is the spot. Coming out, we're gonna watch the Braves game Thursday night at Maxie's, 7:15 game. Guess we'll get there a little bit before that, like 7, whatever. But we'll be there. Coming out, man. It's gonna be awesome. We'll have trivia. We'll be giving away Phillies tickets. All kinds of awesome stuff. It's gonna be great.
Come out to Maxie's.
Come out to Maxie's.
Trivia, all that good stuff.
Right
And
on Temple's campus.
I can't sign the book yet, but I will sign whatever you want.
You can promise people a signature in the future.
Ringthebellbook.com.
You could do an IOU where you have like, I will sign, and then they can bring that back to you. It's good.
Beautiful.
Love it. All right. So coming out. So yeah, buy Jack's book.
Well,
Ring the bell.
Ringthebellbook.com. I won't have them in person on
Thursday. I'm
Thursday.
saying to the listeners, not Maxie's, buy Jack's book, please.
But down the road, we will have books.
Then we will actually push it in your face and force you to buy it then.
Yeah. Everyone that walks through the door has to buy it.
Why didn't people show up this time? It's so weird. Where is he? Normally people show up for these events. Yeah. All right. Maxie's Thursday coming out. That's going to be awesome. We'll be to react to the Brave series after that. So until then, he's Ritz himself.